Hello, everyone. It's Monday, April 13th, 2026. Please note, for the full report, click the link in our video description. Today marks a sophisticated shift in the global threat landscape. We've moved beyond recursive API logic bombing and into the saturation of synthetic governance and the exploitation of cross-cloud entropy seeds. While yesterday we were concerned with corrupted trust bridges, today's critical pivot involves the tactical poisoning of the random number generation protocols that serve as the very foundation of multi-cloud encryption. Today's critical pivot involves the tactical poisoning of the random number generation protocols that serve as the very foundation of multi-cloud encryption. Let's dive into the executive summary of the last 24 hours. First, a major global cloud provider has reported a coordinated entropy drain attack. Using a neighbor noise technique, attackers targeted virtual machine entropy seeds to predict random numbers used for encryption keys. This compromises the cryptographic integrity of thousands of cloud instances created in just the last 12 hours. In Northern Europe, urban centers are dealing with a thermal sink exploit. Attackers simultaneously triggered peak power modes in smart HVAC systems across high-priority government buildings, attempting to cause a frequency collapse in the regional power grid. Finally, CISA has issued Emergency Directive 26-44, mandating an audit of all automated policy as code deployers. A new exploit called policy shadowing allows attackers to inject permit-all exceptions into governance templates that remain invisible to standard compliance scanners. Cloud Sweep has entered phase 49, and their tactic has evolved into identity graph erasure. Instead of encrypting your data, they are deleting the identity graphs that link employees to their permissions. The data is there, but with no digital map of who is authorized to see it, operations have come to a total standstill. In the biotech sector, a leading genetic research lab confirmed a breach of its genome registry. Attackers are threatening to link anonymized DNA data to public identities unless a massive ransom is paid, creating a permanent privacy risk for millions. Meanwhile, an Asian shipping giant is facing route-poisoning ransomware. Their AI navigation oracles were compromised, forcing autonomous freighters onto fuel-draining, non-optimal routes until a navigational unlock fee is paid. AI threats are becoming increasingly agentic. A new campaign is using adversarial legal briefs to hijack autonomous compliance agents. These briefs trick the AI into self-reporting non-existent violations to regulators, triggering costly and unnecessary legal freezes. In fintech, researchers found backdoors in popular low-code logic blocks. These modules secretly divert 0.001% of every transaction to obfuscated mixers, totaling millions in untraceable micro-thefts. For mobile users, Android Biothermal Siphon 34.0 has arrived. This Trojan uses thermal sensors to map the heat signatures left by your fingers on the screen, allowing attackers to reconstruct pins and patterns, even if the screen is hidden from view. On the policy front, G7 leaders are discussing the Reality Verification Accord. This would mandate multimodal authentication, requiring at least 3 independent biometric types to stop the rise of holographic impersonation. Additionally, the EU has proposed a directive for post-quantum insurance. They are acknowledging that data stolen today may be decrypted within the next 24 months as quantum computing scales, requiring banks to carry specific exfiltration coverage. To wrap up, here are your strategic action items. Ensure all cloud instances use physical hardware security modules, HSMs, for key generation rather than software seeds. Establish a dual signature requirement for any changes to identity graphs or policy as code templates. Hold any self-reporting actions by autonomous agents in a 24-hour buffer for human legal review. That is your briefing for April 13th, 2026. Stay vigilant and stay secure. We will see you tomorrow.